Salutations, friends. My name is Claire, and today I'm talking about my speech impediment, so please, stick around. Hi friends, my name is Claire, and this is my channel, Woodshed Theory. Here, I make videos about what it is like to be on the autism spectrum as an adult and whatever else seems good to me. So if that sounds good to you, or if you're feeling particularly gracious today, and I hope that you are, please go ahead and click the subscribe button. Ring the bell.
I almost forgot to mention that I put out videos 3 times a week.
Yes, friends, my bunnies are still inside. Probably just for the afternoon. I have their coop all cleaned up. I'm just waiting for it to dry out a little bit more back there. But I thought I'd show you Benny because Benny likes to be held and Timmy not so much. Maybe I can try, well, Benny tolerates being held. Maybe I can try Timmy so that he can say hi. Say hi. Hello, everyone. Look at his little feet. Okay, Tim. Say hi, Timmy. My little bunny bear. Hello, Claire. Where's your little foot? Hi, friends. He's a good boy. What a good boy. Okay, now that we got bunnies out of the way. So I am always trying to think of new and interesting autism stuff to talk about that I would want to listen to, and therefore I hope you would want to listen to as well. The other day I got to thinking about my speech impediment and what that has been like throughout my life. And I know that many people on the spectrum have some type of speech impediment or speech delay, so a speech issue. So it might be really cathartic for me to talk about and informational for you to hear about. I guess I hadn't thought of the topic before because when you have a speech impediment, in my case, a Lisp and some other issues, you don't really think about it. It is the reality that I've lived since I was a child, and therefore it's a part of me. Now, I know that some people will watch this and think, well, I don't hear a Lisp, so she must not have a speech impediment. Well, I'm really grateful that you don't hear it. However, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's not there. I think some people are better at picking it up than others. I read on a diagnostic list that females on the spectrum often have a higher pitched voice, almost cartoony, too young for them. And I absolutely think that that is me. But also, the speech impediment, I feel, was a marker of my autism, as people on the spectrum usually do have some sort of delayed or otherwise underdeveloped speech that they need to deal with. Not need to deal with, they deal with. I don't necessarily think that you need to fix it. I mentioned in some other videos that from a very young age I was being flagged by the educational system as different. I was asked to stay back in kindergarten and repeat that grade, and my mother kindly sat with me and made sure that I knew all of the material and could continue to first grade. I think back at this now and it amuses me because I always thought that kindergarten was super easy and I felt like I was following along with everything just fine. I believe I was just spaced out in the eyes of my teacher and not paying attention or following instructions as well as other children were. As I mentioned in other videos, when I was older, I found all the letters to my parents about the issues that I was having in school and what the school's recommendations were for me to have different kinds of educational support. So for the first years of elementary school, I was pulled out of class for special reading classes and also for speech therapy. There may have been more types of classes I went to, but if there were, I don't remember them. What I do remember is that I never felt weird about it. Like, it didn't make me feel different from the other kids. In fact, I thought it was kind of cool being able to change up my school day and kind of have the outside of the classroom experience when my other classmates didn't. Also, I never thought that these extra classes were particularly hard to handle because I felt like the work and exercises that they were giving me were pretty easy. So the Lisp got me into speech therapy. I spent many hours with this teacher. I can't remember her name, but I do remember it started with an S, which I found ironic and amusing, even at that age. She would teach me the proper tongue placement and have me read exercises with her over and over. So there was a lot of Sally Sells Seashells by the seashore and other stories about snakes, sand. TH is a big one for me as well. So I'm sure we read TH stories. Over the years of this therapy, I do think my speech improved and it allowed me to stop going to these classes, and I barely thought about it at all. In my mind, nothing had really changed. I think in reality it had changed. I was obviously pronouncing my S's and TH's a lot better. I could speak with more clarity and people could understand me better. I got to thinking, was I made fun of when I was younger because of my Lisp? I am sure that I was, but it didn't really bother me that much because in my mind I sounded fine. I'm sure that I was made fun of, but I don't think it really bothered me because in my mind I sounded fine and I thought I sounded just like everyone else. I would struggle sometimes to get words out if I got nervous or if I knew I had to read aloud and there was some S or TH words coming along. I remember stumbling over words like this and people trying to help me by saying the word, and then me thinking, ugh, I know how to say the words, morons, but I'm just struggling to get my mouth to say the sounds. As I got older into my teenage years, I had people tell me that I kind of just had a cute Drew Barrymore lisp going on, and I think people found that endearing. Now, if I'm focusing and being very careful, I think I can hide it mostly where people wouldn't notice as much. But I have to say, now that I'm making videos of myself and listening back and editing the videos, guys, I had no idea that I still really struggle with the S and the TH sound sometimes. Sometimes it gets past my editing because I don't have footage of me saying something correctly. So, oh well, that's me. If you don't like it, then you can leave. Bye. Love you. I was also trying to think about how my Lisp has affected me as an adult. The only real thing I can think of is that it can be a little embarrassing sometimes, I guess. I also found that when you sound a little young for your age and you have a bit of a lisp, it appears that some people don't take me as seriously or they don't view me as an authority figure because of the way that I speak. But honestly, I don't care about it now because I'm in my 30s and all of those people can suck an egg. Ba 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 ba. Life as a lisper. It's been interesting. I can still hear it if I am paying attention to myself. I find that when I'm tired, it gets worse because I'm not being as careful with my pronunciation. Also, I mean, just being honest, I think I have a pretty fat tongue, so it's hard to like keep it all in there while I'm trying to speak. Just being honest. But in general, I honestly don't mind having a lisp that much. When I was younger, I think it may have bothered me more, but it's just me. And the way that I sound is special to me. In my mind, it's kind of like when people are ashamed of what accent they have. Nothing to be ashamed of. Accents are beautiful, right? So in my mind, speech impediments or different speech for differently abled people are all beautiful as well. All I know is that people who have speech impediments generally spend a lot of time working on being clearer communicators. So what I will say is we're putting in a lot of work. So the next steps to bridge that gap have to be from people who are communicating with us. There has to be some responsibility from other people to just deal with it. What about you? Do you have a speech impediment and are on the spectrum? How has that shaped or affected your life? And how do you feel about it at this point of your life? Why do you think that delayed speech and speech impediments are part of autism? I know everyone would appreciate it if you shared your perspective below. Honestly, I know that people are reading the comments and really getting a lot out of it, so thank you. All right, friends, that is it for me today. I hope that you have a wonderful day. Remember that I love you, and I will see you on Friday. Bye!